Time for an American Family News Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff. President Joe Biden has dropped out of the 2024 race for the White House. He dropped out on Sunday, ending his bid for re-election. The decision comes after escalating pressure from Biden's Democratic allies to step aside after the June 27th debate. In that debate, the 81-year-old Biden trailed off and often gave nonsensical answers and rebuttals to the former President Trump's statements. Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to take on Trump, and he encouraged his party to unite behind her. Biden plans to serve out the remainder of his term in office, which ends at noon Eastern Time on January 20th of 2025. Biden's withdrawal from the presidential race injects even more uncertainty into the world at a time when Western leaders are grappling with wars in Ukraine and Gaza, a more assertive China in Asia, and the rise of the far right in Europe. The Israeli military said it intercepted a missile fired from Yemen early Sunday, hours after Israeli warplanes struck several Houthi targets in the Arabian Peninsula country. The Israeli airstrikes, in response to a deadly Houthi drone strike on Tel Aviv, were the first time Israel is known to have responded to repeated Houthi attacks throughout its 9-month war against Hamas. The burst of violence between the distant enemies has threatened to open a new front as Israel battles a series of Iranian proxies across the region. The Israeli army late Saturday confirmed the airstrikes in the western Yemeni port city of Hodeidah, a Houthi stronghold. When Kimberly Cheatle led the Secret Service's operations to safeguard the American president and other dignitaries, she said that she would talk to agents in training about the, quote, awesome responsibility of their job. Cheatle is the director of the agency. She said back in 2021 during a Secret Service podcast called Standing Post, quote, this agency and the Secret Service has a zero-fail mission. They have to come in every day prepared and ready with their game face on, end quote. Now, the Secret Service and its director are under intense scrutiny over that zero-fail mission following the July 13th assassination attempt in Pennsylvania on now presidential nominee Donald Trump. Lawmakers and others across the political spectrum are questioning how a gunman could get so close to him when he was supposed to be carefully guarded. Adding to that scrutiny is the agency's acknowledgement late Saturday that it had refused to grant some of the Trump campaign's requests for added security at his events, after initially denying that it had done so. After a global IT outage, cancellations are continuing at one airline, Fox's Lillian Wu explains.
Continues scrapping flights even as it faces sharp criticism from the transportation secretary over its handling of a global software outage, canceling hundreds of flights today on top of the roughly 1,300 for each of the 3 previous days, about a third of its scheduled flights. The Atlanta-based carrier, which was the worst affected, has also delayed thousands of flights since Friday. Secretary Buttigieg warning that the carrier must provide its customers with adequate assistance and refunds, but some stranded travelers posting cell phone images to social media showing how they couldn't even reach customer service, with hold times of 7 hours and counting. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
And that'll do it for this American Family News Update. Thanks for watching. I'm Bronson Woodruff.